Hey, Anissa here, and I have an email come in this week from Maurice, and I'm going to answer his question on this week's Ask Anissa video column. So Maurice sent me this email. Hello, Anissa. I am struggling on a job where the homeowner is trying to take their insurance company for all they can. Overinflating values, claiming things are destroyed when they are salvageable, and so on. I feel like I need to talk to the adjuster, but not sure how to go about it. How do you tell an adjuster that a homeowner is trying to rip them off? Or do I just let it go? I am afraid that the situation is going to make me look bad as a restorer when these items have all been cleaned and are salvaged. Oh, Maurice. That is a really big question, and you actually have several things going on here. So first off, I want to talk about you feeling that the homeowner is trying to rip the insurance company off, as you said. This can be such a sticky situation for you as a cleaning contractor. I would really caution you to handle this very delicately. Understand that when someone's going through such a situation, especially when we're dealing with contents here, okay, they're stressed. They may not be saying or doing things really clearly or maybe as they would normally. They might even pop off and say things because they're upset, all right? Be really careful not to go there real quickly. I just want to kind of add that little caveat because I think oftentimes a homeowner can be misunderstood in these circumstances, and they're really not trying to rip anybody off. They're just really upset. They're stressed, they're frustrated, and they're scared that they're not going to get enough money to replace their stuff. Okay, that being said, look, I do know there are homeowners out there that try to do exactly that, and I've worked, unfortunately, with some of them. Don't come across it very often, thankfully. However, you need to be very careful here. This is a situation if you really feel that a homeowner is just going, nope, that's not good. Nope, that still has staining on it. That smells. When everyone really gets that that item is salvaged and okay, then I would definitely involve your adjuster. Ask the adjuster to meet you on either on the job site or at your cleaning warehouse with the homeowner. Okay? What's going to happen is that you facilitating bringing this adjuster and the homeowner together, all right? And kind of letting them work it out, if you will. Be very, very careful about getting in the middle of this situation because it's kind of like when you're the person, you know, when there's two people fighting and you decide, okay, this is not good, I'm going to break this up. So you jump in the middle and you're the one that gets punched in the nose. Yeah, that's what could happen here. So be real careful. I want to share with you a story. I had almost exactly this scenario go on. First time ever this happened to me on a contents job, and I was very new. I was just a year and a half out of starting to do contents, and I had this homeowner who was obvious. Her content policy was maxed out. And by the way, this was, I don't know, 14 years ago. But her contents policy was maxed out at $120,000, right? But at the time, in fact, that was a pretty good size policy for just an everyday house. But boy, she was determined. She was going to max that policy out no matter what I did, what I cleaned, what I salvaged. There was some reason that these things were just not okay. And I charged hefty. I mean, back then it was a $3,000-$4,000 cleaning job. So when this all gets going around, I finally decided, I've been working with this adjuster for a long time. I'd known him, we had a good relationship, and I decided to call the adjuster. I let him know, look, I'm just giving you a heads up, like I did my job right and well. He's like, oh, I know you did, Anissa, you're fantastic. I'm like, okay, well, I just want you to know that this homeowner, her plan is to max this policy out. She is determined no matter what, she's not going to be happy with enough stuff that she's going to get that whole $120,000 check from you. And I thought he was going to be grateful that I'd shared this with him and kind of warned him with, had his back. No, he got pissed at me, like really, really upset at me. He basically told me to mind my own business. How dare I talk about somebody that was going through so much stress and anxiety and this man sent me lots of work, like to the tune of $200,000 or $300,000 annually that this man would send to me. He stopped sending me work for like 4, 5, 6 months. I didn't hear a word out of this guy. Even though I would contact him and I knew he was on losses all over the place, he wasn't using me or referring me. which I'm not telling you suck up to an adjuster, by the way, either, Maurice, to get work. But what I'm telling you is I really kicked a really great relationship right in the teeth, okay? And I don't know whether he felt insulted because he already had figured out, this was a seasoned adjuster. So had he already figured this out, he felt insulted because I was basically going, look, dude, this is what's going on when I was so new to the industry. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but finally he started calling me again. We kind of rebuilt our relationship and he continues to love me to this day. So I don't know what happened there, but I really got in a bad spot. I've also gotten in a bad spot a couple other times when these kind of situations would come out and started looking like you said, you were concerned that it's looking like you aren't doing your job, right? So, or you weren't good at doing your job. So I got very concerned with that when a homeowner kept saying that basically everything that I cleaned that I was charging the home insurance company for was no good still, or that I'd taken the finish off of everything. So that again, I called the adjuster whom I did have a very good relationship with, called him in. I had him walk through with me in the storage pods with the homeowner. And thankfully, I had great pictures. In fact, I even had a photo album of hers that had photographs of some of this living room furniture showing all of this stuff was finishes coming off of things and prior damage. A lot of it was there and I showed it in her own pictures. So I cleared my name and the adjuster, without me saying it, got very clear that this homeowner was just trying to work his checkbook. And the homeowner got very clear that I knew what was going on as well, and now the adjuster was aware. So it got me out of the middle of that tough situation. So I'm not telling you not to have a conversation with an adjuster, and I have in the past, and it's gone well. But I will tell you, give you caution, I guess I should say, caution you to be careful about having that conversation. And if you don't have a relationship with that adjuster, I'd absolutely not have that conversation with them. There are those of you that may disagree with me on this, but I wouldn't. In fact, sometimes when a homeowner is that intent on milking their insurance policy for everything they can, I'll actually walk away from the job. I have actually stopped partway through a job, stopped working, let the adjuster know that I was pulling off the job because I couldn't get the results that they wanted because of ABC, and billed for my services, and I was out of there. Or I've actually not let a homeowner sign with me even though they wanted to, because I could see that that was where they were going with that milking of their insurance policy. So, you know, some of this is going to get vetted out, hopefully for you, Maurice, when you're first doing your initial walkthrough with a homeowner and talking with them to see if you're a right fit, right? Not every client is your client. And definitely, if you do decide to have this conversation with an adjuster, you've got to be extremely diplomatic and very factual. Make sure that you actually have your facts straight. You know, make sure that this homeowner isn't just stressed out and, you know, maybe acting irrationally, I don't know, for other reasons other than trying to rip off their insurance company. So I hope that helped, Maurice. I mean, I sort of answered your question, but I kind of also answered a whole bunch back to you. But that basically in a nutshell is how I would deal with that situation. So just tread very lightly and cautiously, and whatever you do in this type of situation, track and keep notes. Definitely, this is where photo inventory is huge. Photographing a job before you ever touch anything is huge, and documenting all damages with writing as well. Very, very huge. That kind of stuff will save you if you're concerned about making sure that you look like you are doing your job the correct way. All right. Well, thank you so much, Maurice, for the question. I appreciate all of you emailing me. You guys just have really great questions. So thank you very much. And I want to please ask you to go to my YouTube channel, Firehouse Education on YouTube, and subscribe. I really appreciate that. I've got lots of video series up there and lots of goodies. If you've missed any of these coming through, maybe you're watching this through the rnrmagonline.com's e-newsletter, but if you've missed any of them in the past, I think I've got something like 225 videos up for y'all to watch. Go ahead and go on over to the YouTube channel, subscribe, and don't forget to click that little bell so that when I do put up a new video, you get notified. All right, well, on that note, send me your questions. Don't let those stop coming in the email. And I will see you on next week's Ask Anissa video column.
you.